We all know family members and friends with severe hearing loss who struggle to communicate even while using the industry's most sophisticated hearing aids. And joining us now is Dr. Bradley Pickett, Associate Professor of Surgery at UNM School of Medicine. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Brittany.
So, are there any options besides hearing aids to help those individuals?
Well, you know, Brittany, my dad used to say he heard what he wanted to hear, but that wasn't very much. But for those individuals who are willing to admit that they have a problem, I think usually there are answers.
Okay. So today we're talking about cochlear implants. Tell us a little bit about those for people who might not know what they are. How do they work? And
Yeah, a cochlear implant is very different than a hearing aid in the way that it provides hearing. A hearing aid has a microphone which brings in the sound, it processes the sound, and then it amplifies it into the ear canal.
Okay.
For a hearing aid to work, the hair cells of the inner ear must be able to receive that sound and transmit it to the nerves for hearing.
Okay.
A cochlear implant is different in that it has a microphone and a processor just like a hearing aid, but it creates a digital signal that's transmitted across the scalp to a coil that's implanted against the skull.
Okay.
The coil is then attached to an electrode which is implanted in the cochlea or the inner ear. And then what it does is it bypasses the hair cells and directly stimulates the nerve endings.
Okay. So hearing aids stay in the ear and make things louder. The other one travels up and into the scalp. So you have to have surgery for that.
You have to have surgery. Yes.
Now, is it a big surgery?
It's a day surgery. They're in and out the same day.
Okay.
It takes about 2 hours. And for the most part, patients recover in 3 to 4 days back to normal activities. Generally, they don't have a lot of pain, have some mild imbalance, but generally they're back to normal.
So 3 to 4 days, they're hearing way better.
No, that's the implantation portion, but usually it takes a couple of weeks at least before they have the processor fit that stimulates the implant.
Yeah, and how have people been responding to this?
Well, you know, the results are variable, but I would say that in properly chosen candidates, more than 90% get substantial benefit in their hearing with the cochlear implant.
Okay. Has it been around for a while?
You know, cochlear implants have been around for a long time, Brittany.
Okay.
They were first developed in the 1960s, but they've really come a long way in that, you know, like computers, cell phones, other electronic devices, they become much more sophisticated and provide better fidelity sound. What is new is the hybrid cochlear implant, which was just released recently.
Okay, now what's the difference in that?
A hybrid cochlear implant is sort of a combination between a hearing aid and a cochlear implant. So for years as ear specialists, we had many frustrated patients who did poorly with their hearing aids, but yet weren't really candidates for cochlear implants.
Okay.
And this opens up to those patients where it will provide amplification like a hearing aid at frequencies or pitches where they have hearing, and then it'll stimulate the nerve at frequencies where the patients have lost hearing.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
and that's new.
That's new, yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. I learned a lot. I know everybody else learned a lot. Where can people find more information on this?
You know, there's lots of information on the web about cochlear implants, but generally I recommend that patients see their hearing health care provider, their audiologist, make sure that their hearing aids are maximized, and then if they are candidates, then they get referred into our Cochlear Implant Center.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Pickett. Well, if you want any information about this, just go to CASA.com and click on the Style tab.